candidate and everybody who came with for Orani be ayamai gadara community gadara tutu nama anu atau dia be dia ebo insini ma ari dina be dia lau magabo dia da uraga be dia lau ni tutu nama. You can see the population around here is not that very much.
Thank you, Bongwai. Lau juga be momo last, but anyway we are going to make a big start. Big things happen with small things. Start small. So. Now we allow plan door amaurumi. At the end of the day, only be choice of karaya. Lau puka in office lau go kar lau nai. Puka ya mai ya amaroku. Vele. The government needs a long-term plan. Lau kuri blai puka na ben ibamana. Say puka, you have the Department of National Planning. Why are you asking me to write a long-term plan for this country? This is Puka's response to me in 2007. We have been asking the Department of National Planning for maybe 40 years and they have done nothing. So I decided to take the challenge on. So I had a small team of about 3 people and we designed what is now called the Vision 2050 in 2008. It was accepted by Sir Michael Samara's cabinet and then we decided to write the full plan in 2009. I wrote the Vision 2050. I am the architect and the designer of Vision 2050. You can check my computers. I got about 40 versions of Vision 2050 in this copy. Because I had to go back to cabinet and get approval on the changes. I am the author and the architect of Vision 2050. When I did the Vision 2050, cabinet members do not know it, even the Prime Minister, late Sir Michael, and Pukatemu. The Vision 2050 is founded on Genesis chapter 3, creation of the world. Because we were always doing 5-year plans. So me thinking of it, hey, over the time 5 year, and now in 40 years, I'm hard to myself. That's why we go back to Genesis chapter 3. I ask God for his wisdom. I ask God for his insight and for his support. So Vision 2050 is founded on Genesis chapter 3. When I presented to cabinet in September 2008, and me talking to Sir Michael Somarosa, he was chairing the cabinet meeting. We talking to Sir Michael. He was working 5-year plan. Now we are finishing framework 40-year plan now. But we delivered. We delivered. I delivered with a 3-man team. I delivered the Vision 2050, first of all with 3 men in 1 year, and later with 12 men, 12 people in 2010. So do not be fooled. Do not be fooled. Don't believe any more lies. I am the architect and the author of Vision 2050. Family, none for me to run. How will I contribute? What do I offer my people if I stand? So it took me 6 months. Because me like him was me by offer him service or me by go Germany more mankin. Was a more politicians me. So after about 6 months, me look low. Life blow me. And then me look life blow. Give me a place. Me look a future. So, I think I have something serious to offer the people of Abau. That is why I put in my hands up. Because Abau is in a big mess. And Abau needs to be fixed. So a Lawago campaign platform or foundation, where there is no vision, people perish. Where there is no vision, people perish. That is the foundation of my campaign. And that is the foundation of my leadership. Because being a parliamentarian is not easy. I work with 4 prime ministers and 3 deputy prime ministers, and a whole lot of members of parliament, and a whole lot of departmental heads. Very tough job, man. Very, very tough job. So you got to be very sure you have a vision and you have concrete plans on how to fix the problem. I have a vision. My vision is a new Abau. Abau Waliguna. Dabara Abau. Kabina Abau. Let's build a new Abau. But before we build a new Abau, we must fix Abau first. It's in a mess. So now, briefly highlight some problems and share with you what I offer, and then share with you my vision and plans, and then I'll wrap up. Abau's problem. Now be omi lau herwa ni alas omi di babaden. Motuko omi mai must be allow. Ereseni. Somewhere you are starting to push the trucks. Mud, very big mud, you are pushing the trucks. Even 4-wheel drive, 10 seaters and 5 doors. We are pushing them. We are supposed to be sitting in luxury and driving home. Ganai taudia bona, merani taudia. When they harvest their full garden and to sell at Kapari market on Tuesday, they work for 5 hours. 4 to 5 hours on the road that's supposed to provide nice transport, a 1 hour drive over. When we get sick and go to the hospital in Cupeno, if you are lucky, you will find a bed. That bed will be on the floor in a rundown hospital. Is that normal or no? Is that normal? It's for human beings or for pigs and dogs? You tell me. I'm saying no. Enough is enough. Time for change. Time to vote politician, a leader. We've been voting politicians for too long. Politicians, time all you vote him all by support him. One am legally something all by support him. Only at past time. Whatever is left over, all by sharing one time, support us bro. And what if there is anything left over, they will all by sharing one time all about. That's a politician. A leader look after everybody, whether you vote for him or do not vote for him. So please do not vote a politician. Vote a leader in 2022 national general elections. You mean no dog, no pig. We are human beings. We have every right to have a good quality of life. Why are we being denied with all the resources we have? You want money in the pockets like we do in town? You want to have money in the pockets and money in your family's accounts? Guess what you want? You want opportunities for employment and business. And you want to switch on the light, walk into your house and switch on the light, turn on the water. That's the kind of life we should be aspiring to. That's the new Abau I want to build. I cannot build it alone. We have to all work together to build it together. That's why I'm appealing to you. If it's not me, vote a leader. Don't vote a politician. You listen to all 26 of us and vote a leader, not a politician. Bring an international and local network to build Abau, fix Abau and build a new Abau. But a new Abau that will be designed. That will be designed by you and me, not outsiders. We design our own Abau and we build our own Abau. What do I mean by happy, rich, and peaceful Abau? Abau, we need the best schools, the best hospitals and health services, the best roads, the best wharves, and the best communication systems, and the best markets for our agriculture, fisheries, and forestry products. That is what I mean by the new Abau. We can do it. Let me tell you why. Singapore only has 700 square kilometers. 700. Abau has more than 7,000 square kilometers of land. We are 10 times bigger than Singapore. Singapore has a population of 5 million people. Abau only 100,000. But Singapore every Singapore citizen earns $100,000 per year, every year, per person, including the babies. Abau people, we only earn between $2,000 to $3,000. And we are 10 times bigger. We are 10 times bigger. We got more resources than Singapore. Why are we saying this is normal? This is not normal. We are stupid. We are stupid. We're a bit tricked. About a leader who has guts to go and fight for our people. Sorry you can't see this, but I have 5, in my policies, I got 5 areas I will concentrate on. One is agriculture. I am already discussing with the Rubber Board and the Department of Agriculture to look at options for building a tire factory in Kupeano or maybe in Dubai. If we build it in Dubai, it will be owned by the rubber farmers of Papua New Guinea. I've also started a coconut downstream processing project. When I was the CEO for Cocoa and Coconut Institute in East New Britain, a young Maupa #1 fellow came to me and wanted some help. I sent him overseas to Australia to get his master's degree in food technology. He came back. When I left, he followed me and came looking for me in the department. He said, "Doctor, I need your help." So I helped him up. Mr. Gano Lama is now a proud owner and a very successful one of Aramaco's coconut products. He is exporting virgin oil, the highest quality virgin oil to USA, Singapore, and Australia. I am very proud of Gano. Very, very proud. And he has agreed to support me in Maupa when I go. He wants to say, "Yes, doctor." In fact, a few candidates went to me and said, "Oh, I'm still waiting for my boss who helped me to where I am today." So Gano is waiting for me. I will catch up with him in Arama Coast and then we'll work together. In fisheries, I've held some discussions with some of the members of parliament, current ones, from NCDC. I basically asked them if they can give better access to our farmers and fishermen from Abau to the Port Moresby market. The Port Moresby fresh produce market alone is worth over 1 million kina every year. We are not tapping into that. We are not tapping into it. So we have to find ways to get our Abau farmers and our Abau fishermen to start to tap into the local market. But on our terms, we will provide some subsidies, which is a normal practice in government. But eventually I'd like us to export. That's where the big bucks are. That's where the big bucks. I've also had some discussions on live export of live crayfish. There is a very successful crayfish farmer in Daru who owns Maru Marines. I've had discussions with him and he's happy to come and work with us. He's happy to come and work with us and set up a Abau marine kind of, so we have live export. He's already got markets in Singapore, Australia and Hong Kong. No, Hong Kong, Australia, and now I think is going into other countries, but a very lucrative one. Our farmers have more money in their pockets. Our people have more money in their pockets to have the financial independence, freedom to say yes. When corn people come, you tell them, "No, I don't need your money, I got enough money. I'm not going to beg for your 1 kina. I'm not going to beg for your 50 kina. I'm not going to beg for your 100 kina. That money comes from God. It's not your money. In the first place, it's God's money. So why should I beg for God's money? You should be helping me. You should be helping me. That's the kind of leader we want. Not a politician. Don't vote for politicians. Politicians only look after their voters and supporters. Forestry, I have already wanted to do the review of all the agreements. 2 things we want to do there: review the pricing formula so that it is fair, and secondly, look at what they call local content. How are the local resource owners participating in the development of the forest industry in Abau? I also have health. I started in the health. When I was working with Puka, I I put in a proposal to all sets, and we got 3 million kina in 2010, 3 million kina to renovate the Kupiano Hospital. I came down with the some of the all sets senior management to Kupiano a few times. Madi, one of them, the man who was driving the project died from Simbu, late Willie Kupo. He was my right-hand man on that project. Yeah. 10 years ago, 3 million kina we got it to start the project. It's not finished yet. Kupiano Hospital is still not finished. I will finish it. I will finish that hospital. Because I have the design. I wrote it myself. I spoke to the GM, one of the former GMs of oil sets, and he said, no, your government is not giving us any support. That's why we are putting, money is there, but we are not going to give it to you yet. That's what politicians do. Leaders do not do that. Leaders do not do that. In education, I'm thinking of upgrading the Yanu High School to an agribusiness high school, Margarita High School to a forestry business high school, and Kupiano High School to a marine institute. Those are things. On top of that, I will start a leadership academy. That is something I will do personally. As a former lecturer at Unitech for 15 years, I will start that personally. And then idea is, I want young leaders to take over from whoever. If it's not me, the next leader must be a good one. The next candidate must be a good one for Abau. I want to get trained young leaders to take over. I sit on the SP Brewery Board on training head of departments in this country, together with Department of Petroleum Management. So I have connections to do that. I have connections to do that. So I will start a leadership academy. Only 2 requirements. Not how many degrees you have, not how fancy you speak the English, but requirement number 1, what is your vision for Abau? And what are your plans to fix Abau? Those are the 2 requirements that qualify you to get into the Abau Leadership Academy. If you like stuff, over time or not? Well, let's find the right leader. If it's not me, let's find the right leader. I'm not saying I'm putting my hands up. I'm offering, telling you what I'm offering. I will move in the 5 years to shift the internal budget of Abau from 20 million kina as an external from government, and 80% of our budget will immediate by working. You know, government no problem. You know, all about man by generation, 80%. 20% of back no government. After 20 years, why by me senis? Na development rogo develop looking. Pushim car am normal. Go logic na slip flow flow am normal. Karim kage na work about 5 hours am normal. So salim normal market. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. You mean man na Mary, you mean a dog pig. Politicians, when they come in, they want you to carry them on the chair and they walk. Put them on your shoulder and they walk. So we are worshipping the politicians. We are worshipping the politicians. Which God are we worshipping? Politicians or God? Well, when politicians come, we put them on the chair. We are worshipping the politicians. Hey, don't get me wrong. Let's find the right leader, not a politician. Let's put a leader in there, strong leader. As voters, first of all, all of us have to make those changes in our minds. Do we want to change or do we want to accept everything as normal? If you want to accept everything as normal, that's good. Don't vote for me, please. If you want to accept this, everything as normal, don't vote for me. Because I'm wasting my time and I'm wasting your time. If you want change, then consider me. After you listen to all 26 of us, make your choice. You have to ask all 26 of us 3 questions. Question number 1, what is your vision for Abau? Candidate, what is your vision for Abau? Candidate, what are your plans on how to make Abau a better place? Do you have plans or? You can book number. Promo 50 kina blogod na you talk money blow. Final question, why should I vote for you?